a guy on a hilltop overseeing countryside. Um, I really like to sort of have this conceptual take, sort of have a look, a vista of okay, what are the topics, what are the things, but alternating that with doing practical things, sort of where you sort of really can engage and figure out things for yourself. So for me, it's like having an overview, having food for thought. It's really good to hear that we do not come to decisive conclusions, but there are really important aspects that I really want to dig in more and they've become more clear. So that is also my conceptual side, I think, that I want to understand. And I've gotten a lot of that.
Yeah, I chose the picture of this beautiful old bridge. It's not that old, but it looks old. And I took it because of that kind of the building blocks, which is made, which I got here, quite some building blocks. The putting together of brick and metal, which are kind of like, which has different qualities and together reinforce itself. And also a bridge, to be able to build a bridge, you have to be knowledgeable about the forces in play and how to balance these in a smart way. So you have the push and the pull and the structure and the leaning, and and all these kind of like these were what the elements that you brought into so that are in the field, that are playing the field. And I'm still kind of like hungry of okay, but then how can I translate that in like specific exercises and methodologies? But then maybe then it's also for me to kind of like just start playing with it and see where it comes, which would already be a step up from how I've been working up to now, which was just like the gut and mud. Of just going with the gut feeling and seeing where we land.
I have the pack of horses. So there's always one horse that leads the pack, and I think this workshop for me was also about leadership. But leadership by knowing the sensitivity of the pack, because horses are very sensitive and they react immediately. I mean, there is no little in a horse. If a horse starts running, it runs full on, and also when you facilitate the group, you have to react quickly, instantly, because the horse will react very sensitive. And when you work with men, and women of course, but when you work with people, you do inner processes, and people react sensitive. Afterwards, they don't know why, but they do it. And today's workshop was giving me some practical insights and also a very good framework on how to deal with the sensitivity. So in the design of a men's group, I know much more how to play with the polarities, and I enjoyed it a lot. So because, as you said, we were used to the mud, and now there is the model, and that helps me.
A stand of probably redwood trees, and they're kind of shoulder to shoulder in collecting the light. And I think one of the main things I got out of this is, I've been retired for a couple of years and I haven't really been doing much, well, I'm just going to say intellectual, but I haven't been growing. And And so one of the things this gave me today is sort of confidence that I can start something new, and that I think the wisdom in these polarities on the dialectics is a good way to diffuse potential problems. One thing, if I was facilitating a group, I would feel, I'm not a psychologist, and I've been part of groups, but I really do it. But I think the framework to share with the participants about this dialectic view, and sometimes maybe more complicated than just dialectic, but would help to avoid problems that might otherwise occur. Last thing I'll say is these trees are in competition with each other for the light. One of the reasons they grow to be 100 meters tall is because they're competing with each other. That allows them to be so tall. But there's also recent evidence that through the root system in the rhizobium of fungi, that they actually communicate and actually cooperate in their quest for light.